우린 말이 아니야. 사람이야. 사람은
Okay, let's talk about this ending, and to be clear, this video will contain spoilers for Squid Game Season 3. If you haven't, go watch it right now. Now, if you're still here, you've probably just binged it like I did, and you're probably kinda shocked. You're probably surprised at the way it all ended. Because the ending is simply brutal. Not in a whoa, what a plot twist kind of way, but in a way that makes you sit there and wonder, was it even worth it? What was the point? We see, after 23 episodes and 4 years from Gi-hun's first game until his last, his final moments. We see our main character die sacrificing himself in order to save a pure life, a newborn baby. But let's rewind for a second. Why did Gi-hun even come back at all? Why was he so obsessed with coming back to something he already won? Did he come back to win money again or to save a baby? No. He came back to put an end to these games, to show humanity still has hope, and to stop these horse betting races that the high society endorses. But he failed. He just wasn't able to. He died and nothing changed. Sure, the baby lives, but it lives in the same despicable and disgusting world that Gi-hun died in. The game keeps going, and the horses keep getting bet on, and that's simply the way it goes. That's what makes the ending so fucking brutal. Not because it's shocking or like impressive or anything. It's because it's fucking real. Wait, let's go back the season a bit. I'd love to make a video covering all the decisions of the characters, like player 149 deciding to kill her own son in order to save 222 and her baby, Hyunju's death after trying to save her friends and the baby as well, which eventually cost her life, the fucking horrible VIP scenes that literally had zero aura, the fact that a lot of the finalists were random characters with no screen time which led to no attachment, and yeah, all of that, but I'll save that for a next video in case you guys are curious. One thing is for sure though, the psychological aspect of the show is definitely there within those smaller but really impactful moments, but what I want to cover today is the big screen psychological warfare. The big dichotomy between Gi-hun and Jun-ho. The apparent good and evil, and the brutality this show's ending poses. Because if you really think about it, at the end, who won? Gi-hun proved to the frontman that they are not the same. His final act isn't just a rejection of the game, but also a rejection of the philosophy behind it. Jun-ho believes humans are inherently selfish, driven by survival and greed, and that humans are literally the same as those betting horses. But Gi-hun proved him wrong by doing the exact thing no one else would. It wasn't for reward or for himself, but actually for something bigger than it all. We are not horses. We are humans. Humans are... And his act completes the sentence. It's not unfinished by accident, it's actually a challenge. How do you even define humans? Are we evil and cruel as the VIPs or players like Player 100? Or are we good, kind, like Gi-hun or players like Hyunju that died doing good? Maybe we're purely all of it at the same time. I mean, is humanity just compassion and love? It can't be, because the people that created the cruel games were also human. Is it hatred and cruelty? That also can't be the answer, because people like Gi-hun exist. So maybe there isn't one answer. Now, moving on, despite this heroic and inspirational and human choice Gi-hun made, let's get on to the brutality that there still lies. At the end of the day, it was all for nothing at all. I mean, what was even the point? Sure, you proved you were kind enough and that you should have hope in some, but it didn't fix the bigger problem. These games will continue. You couldn't beat the system, you couldn't defeat what you came to defeat. Even if Jun-ho was proven that he and 456 were not the same, and that some are better and less cruel and more human and more kind than others, he didn't lose. We see a combination of emotion in Lee Byung-hun's acting that honestly is confusing, and that's definitely not a skill issue, that's intended. The frontman is also confused. He doesn't know what to think, and he might be sad that in his game he chose the easier route and killed everyone. Maybe he actually wanted to be the one to jump to save the baby. Maybe he's sad because he wasn't. He turned to the dark side in a way Gi-hun decided not to. He was proven that people aren't the same. Not everyone is greedy and selfish and has no compassion. But despite that, if we look at it from a bigger scale, he didn't lose. His game continues, especially with the American spin-off that's basically guaranteed at this point, which I don't really know what to think about. I mean, if we do get David Fincher directing and cool actors, maybe it's gonna be good, but whatever, that's not today's video. Anyways, the evil game still continues. I mean, more people will inevitably die and the world stays the same. No one will know about Gi-hun's sacrifice other than number 11 and the frontman. and no one will care either. As I mentioned in number 11, might as well talk about her story. I really love this character, and I really love the actress's portrayal. I think she's a great actress in general. And yeah, the character has a solid side story with great development and a cool ending, though obviously they're saving her China arc and the key reveal for another time. Anyways, what I want to mention is about her regain in hope for humanity. When she's just about to end it for herself, she sees Gi-hun sacrifice. She cries. She's shocked and cries, alone, staring at a screen. And after seeing it, she regains hope. She regains the will to live, and so she does. So yeah, you could definitely argue Gi-hun's choice at the end saved her, sure. But still, was that enough? While she regained hope, the bigger problem still lies. The baby winning sure is poetic, I mean life born in death, but it's not enough to make it worth it. The game doesn't care, the machine keeps running. That's Squid Game, and it's not just a show, it's not just a television entertainment thing. It's an allegory. A brutal one. A critique of capitalism. A system where the poor are forced to compete, betray, suffer, and die. Just to survive. While the rich watch from a balcony. I mean, truth is, nobody chooses to suffer, but the system makes it look like they do. And yeah, people like Gi-hun do exist. Idealists, rebels, people who believe in compassion over cruelty, even when the system rewards the cruel. But in the end, Gi-hun dies and the game goes on, because the system doesn't care who wins, it just wants to keep playing. And that is the brutal truth Squid Game leaves us with. Good people exist, they're just not enough.